Hello. Don't think anyone's here yet, but I'm going to go ahead and start my very first ever live stream. I'm Angela Cross, and I am a fantasy artist. I sometimes do fan art. And today I'm going to be working on this picture. I'm going to be inking it. But first, I'm going to start with a small art haul, and then we'll go into the live stream. So I got this. You can see it here. There we go. Got this at Dollar Tree. It's some very, I guess, generic washi tape. They sometimes have the bigger sizes, but this was, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but there it is. I also managed to pick up one of these utility knives for $1. Y'all can't beat that. So that was pretty good. And I went to Target and got these erasable color pencils. I was planning on using these to draw my artwork. I prefer to draw with a color pencil as opposed to a regular pencil because it doesn't smudge. So, but they are not the same quality as a, let me see here. Hey, they're not quite the same quality as a Col-Erase. They tend to be a little bit soft, so you have to sharpen them constantly, and not fantastic with that. So anyway, I've got a bunch of little notes to remind myself of what to talk about since this is my first time doing this, and they're all falling. So chaos already. I also got some microns to ink this with. I was really wanting to use a rose color, but unfortunately, Micron's rose color is not actually rose. It's pink, very pink. But I want this to pop anyway, so that will just have to work. And I got also green, blue, and purple to use. Picked up a brown and what I thought were burgundy, but they are not. They are dark brown, so I'm not going to use those today. And I also got this sketchbook from Walmart. I usually like this kind of sketchbook that has this spiral binding. Make sure, let me know if you can hear me because I'm not sure if that's working. Obviously, you can see me, but I don't know if you can hear me. There's a little bit of a delay on the chat, so might be a minute before I see that. Oh, good. So I like this kind of sketchbook because you can fold it over. It's really easy to take places. What I don't like about this particular one is this kind of lamp. They really should have done a better job putting a sturdy back on the back of that so that it would hold up and you could take it places like the one I'm going to be using today, which you can see it doesn't do that. I can travel with that a little bit better. I added a ribbon. Sometimes you get ribbons in different things you order from people, and this one was from Magic Hour Tea, and I just thought it was perfect for my Hogwarts sketchbook. So, looks like we've got 2 people here, maybe 1, 2, I don't know. I don't expect very many for my first live stream. So just let me know where everyone is watching from. And I'm going to go ahead and move these things out of the way and get started. That out of here. like I said, I really want, my hands are kind of shaking. I'm actually really excited. I'm not really nervous. I feel real excited about doing this. When I first thought I'm going to do live streams, I was a little bit freaked out and was not probably ready for it at that point. But then the more I thought about it, the more excited I got about it. And just, I've got the chat going over here, so just let me know if you ever can't hear me or anything. If there are any technical difficulties, it may take a minute. Well, it may take up to 30 minutes, unfortunately, for my computer if I have to restart if there's a problem. Hopefully there won't be. I had the Harry Potter movie playing in the background, but as you know, there are places in that that are just way too loud, so I had to turn that down. Can you all see what I'm working on? I know it's kind of an awkward angle. I need to figure out how to get an overhead cam, some kind of arm for it. You may want to have Harry Potter music, the soundtrack or something playing in the background. Are you able to see this? Okay, maybe I should just hold it up before I get started so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. I don't know. My lighting in here is not fantastic. My camera is great. Lighting, not so much. Oops. Some more leaves in there. Oh, good. Yeah, I work really, really slow. And so that's why I chose to do the inking for the live stream as opposed to the drawing. Okay, I'll hold it. I'll hold it up once I get to a certain point. But like you said, once I start inking, it gets a little bit easier to see. And I'm starting with really light lines, just a really simple shapes on here. I go back once I've got everything kind of placed where I want it. I go back and I add line weight. So that is where the artwork really starts to pop. And if you're wondering, why are you using blue for this plant? I decided what I was going to do with this one is I'm going to use color adjacent on the color wheel for each item. So these leaves that would be green, I'm doing blue. I'm hoping it will pop more when I go back and color it by doing it that way, but it will remain to be seen. I am one of those artists that cannot visualize things in their head. So your guess is as good as mine on how this is going to turn out. I think one of the nice things about LiveStream, this is forcing me to work a little bit faster than I normally do. I'm going to try to have this to be just under an hour. I'm not sure if I will finish the inking in that time. Some more. But we'll see. Yeah, like I said, I usually work really, really slow. The sketch took me, I hate to even say it, it took me about 3 days just to get the sketch. I did the rough sketch, just kind of placing everything, and then I went back in and added the details on this part one day, and then the hat all the little things dangling from it the next day. But I've kind of come to terms with the fact that I just work slow. You know, I'm not one of those people that goes in and can just really pump it out. I know a lot of people are like that. And, you know, I kind of realized that's not where I am. I don't know if I'll ever be there since I haven't gotten there at this point. Yeah, I think most artists actually, I think they do their line weight and they do all of that in advance. But for me, it's easier once it's all kind of on there to figure out where I want, if I've decided to change where the light source is. Stuff a little bit goofy right now. Add another little sprig in here that's not there. Okay, yeah, like I said, if there's comes a point where the live stream just goes away, and I'm obviously still working, I will come back. But my laptop is not fabulous. It works. That's all that really matters, I guess. But it is not great for being real quick on the reboot. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to put them in the chat. So you can kind of course, it's trying to focus on me, so let me get behind it. Maybe it'll focus a little bit better. Yeah, like I said, the lighting is not fantastic, and you can see I'm in the middle of a renovation right now, so don't have a super cute background. I tried to make a nice witchy backdrop for you all for today, but kind of get in the festive Halloween spirit. Let's see, what are we going to work on now? I'm kind of debating on the hat and the shirt. I really kind of want them to be, I think that's why I wanted the rose color in the beginning, is I wanted them to be kind of a rose color, like maybe her her top light and the hat darker rose, or the other way around, I'm not sure. But yeah, I haven't decided if I should use it. I mean, I'm gonna use purple for that. That seems like kind of harsh. But here I am. I'm drawing. I know it's kind of hard to tell what this one is. This is a poppy, and I'm using purple, even though this is going to be a red poppy. So that's the direction I chose to go with that one. I didn't get an orange Micron because I knew I would be way too tempted to go in there and do the hair orange, or the outline of the hair orange and the outline of face orange. So I didn't do it. I did that to force myself. No, the nib is here. Let me get over here. Can we get it to zoom in on the nib? How close do I got to get for this? This is going to take some time for me to figure this out. There we go. The nib is it's just very small. Different ones have different size. This is an 05. I think the blue one was 005. So it's smaller, I think. Yeah, it is significantly smaller. But I knew I wanted the blue one to be smaller because I'm going to use that also for the crystals. I guess I should have done that while I was doing it. And I'm going to use that for the rosemary leaves. And I wanted those to be kind of delicate compared to everything else. The peony, I'm going to do that next. The peony is actually going to be pink. And I guess this is the one where I'm cheating. I'm not using the pink. I mean, I'm not using orange, or I guess it would be purple to outline it, because I wanted it to be very, I guess, delicate looking. And I wanted it to have like a really soft, feminine look to it. I'm going to kind of make these lines a little bit less defined. I didn't initially choose to make something like with symbolic, flower symbolism. But then I went ahead and looked up the meanings of them, and they just really made sense. I chose the peony because it's one of my favorite flowers. They're really, like I said, they're really soft and feminine, and they don't seem to they don't bloom for a long time. You got a very short bloom time, but they are extremely fragrant. And I mean, when they bloom, you know it. It's one of my favorites. Oh, I should have added some more petals over here. We'll add them now. Put that in front of there. So let me get my notes here. I wrote down my symbolism for the peony. The peony symbolizes prosperity, good luck, love, and honor. In Japan, it symbolizes bravery, which is good since I'm a Gryffindor, right? What is your Hogwarts house? If you're watching this in the replay, you can put it in the comments what your house is. I'd really like to know because I think that a lot of people tend to just go with the Gryffindor because that's what Harry Potter was in. I don't know. That's not why I chose. That's not why I chose. Why do you think you're in it also? Add that as well. I would like to know because I I have a good work ethic, but I think at heart I am a slacker. So there's no way I could be in Hufflepuff. Uh, I also, like for Ravenclaw, I think I'm a lifelong learner. I always have considered myself that, but I don't think of myself as a scholarly person. I don't feel like I need to know everything about everything, just the stuff that interests me. So I don't know. I don't think I would fit in there. And I know I would not fit in with Slytherin. I have a lot of respect for anybody who would because I just don't have that kind of, I guess, that drive and that ambition. So, hey, more people are here. Wow. Well, yeah, loyalty is with the Gryffindor, but I think that's also a Hufflepuff characteristic, isn't it? You can ask a friend there who is in the Hufflepuff. Yeah, I think friendship and loyalty are Hufflepuff characteristics. Yeah, you're back. Okay. I'm still hanging on, waiting about this. I don't know if I should do purple or the pink with the hat. I think what I'm going to do is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of it, and then I'm going to see if that's just way too much pink. I did use a reference. It may not look like it. These crystals are kind of wonky. Ah, you found out through the sorting hat on Pottermore, whatever that site is. I won't take it. I don't want them to tell me I'm in anything other than Gryffindor because I cannot believe it. I really think that I really think that Gryffindor is the house for the slackers. I'm sorry. That's where the slackers and kind of like you're not. I won't say you are not smart enough to be in Ravenclaw. Obviously, Hermione's smart enough to be in Ravenclaw, and I think um, Professor McGonagall was originally, or not originally, but she was when she was sorted. The sorting hat was trying to determine whether or not to put her in Ravenclaw instead of Gryffindor. Also, we've got a couple of Hufflepuffs and a couple of Gryffindors here. We need some more representation from the other houses. Okay, I'm going to leave that for right now. I'm not sure. Let's finish this off. So I need to look at my reference real quick for that. Okay, in the Peony, oh, that is going to be weird. In the Peony, the little stamen or whatever they are yellow. That means my choices are either pink or green. Oh gosh, I hate to go with green. I don't know why. It's my favorite color. But I am going to go with pink. This is my Witchy Sona, I guess. Obviously from when I was much younger. Late Hogwarts time. So see, here's where I knew I would be too tempted to go with orange for the hair. That's what I always do. And I decided let's do the color adjacent, and which would have been either yellow, and I wasn't going to get a yellow Micron, or red, and I didn't want it to be dark and harsh. So that's why I went with pink. I want it to be really poppy colors. Oh, and the color symbolism, like I said, for the poppy, it's going to be a red poppy. So that a red poppy is for remembrance of those who have fallen in war. My two favorite professors. Maybe I should have done 2 poppies. I think that would have been too much. Okay, I'm going to hold this up so you can kind of see where I am right now. You can see I've got the rough of the crystals and the poppy and the peony and the rosemary. Rosemary, when I looked it up, it is also for remembrance. Oh, good. You all telling me what your Patronus would be. I don't know what mine would be. Got a lot of animals I like. Yeah, they don't give you a lot of options, I don't think, on that Pottermore quiz for what you're going to get for your Patronus. So, yes, I don't know if you can see. I made a little mistake right there. Oops, wherever it was, somewhere. I'm sure you'll see it. But that is one of those things that I can fix when I go in there to do the line art. I mean, to make the line weight more increased. So I don't worry about that too much. So sorry if you're having a look at the top of my or the back of my head. Like I said, I don't have this camera situation 100% locked down. Thank you. I'm really wanting to make this about, like I said, just under an hour, but seeing as how it is already 11:30 and I started at 11, I'm probably just going to get the basic lines put in and not so much get to go back in and do the line weight. Maybe we'll do that in another one because that's where you really see. Uh, I don't know. It just looks more quality to me once you add that line weight in there. Looks like a totally different person made the picture when you add that. My place where I'm really concerned, not so much with the hat, because if I do it in pink and then I color the hat a rose color, it's not going to be a big deal. But if I do the face in pink, that is just so weird. I don't know why. I feel like the eyes might look weird. Like I said, I can't visualize it. I have no idea. So if you're looking at this and you're going, "Oh my gosh, don't give her pink eyes." I mean the outline of the eyes, the area around it. I'm gonna do the interior part with blue since my eyes are green. Oh man, I feel like I am really rushing to get this done. I don't want to do it sloppy, but I don't want to take forever. I just don't know how other people manage to get their artwork so nice, so fast. That is just not me. Oh, thank you. If I was going to be compared to anyone, Bob Ross would be it. So for November, I'm going to be working on editing and revising a fan fiction written by my friend Jason here in the chat. I really appreciate you telling me I can just do whatever I want with it. What I'm wanting to do is to go in and make it condensed just enough that I can have something I can illustrate. The story Angela Cross and the End-All Spell takes place at the same time as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, but it is considerably longer. I went in and tried to edit just the first, oh gosh, I can't tell what I did here. I went in and tried to edit just the first chapter, and y'all, it took me a month. I can't imagine how long that took you to write that. And chapter 2, I have a feeling might take me all of November, because I loaded that chapter into Scrivener, and it said it was 12,000 words. Oh my gosh. It's really well written, so it is really difficult to determine what to cut or what has to go so that other things can fit. And the story, like I said, it takes place during the same time as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, but it's told from the point of view of me and my 3 best friends. So we've got all houses represented. I'm going to go back to the eyes later. Let's see here. Okay, so do you think, I'm going to hold this up. Do you think I should make the hat and the shirt purple, or just go with the pink? I feel like that's going to be a lot of pink. I mean, I don't mind. I like pink. I'm gonna do the hat rim in purple while you all are thinking about that. Or the little band, the hat band. Can't see much of that. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do purple for the hat. Just to have a little bit more defined. I didn't want to go with black for my outline because I really wanted this to be vivid, and I wanted the colors to just be really vibrant. Yeah, I agree with the hat being a little bit more contrast with the peony. That's why I was thinking I'm going to do it a darker rose color, and this is going to be a softer pink. Like the pink will be down in there, and it's going to just kind of fade to white. So I think that does make for a good case of the hat being the darker of the rose colors, and then the shirt being maybe a little bit lighter. This is my favorite kind of witch hat, the kind that has that kind of feel that kind of curls around like that. It's kind of quirky. Okay, it has been 45 minutes, and I am not even close to being done. There is a battery in my camera. I do not have as yet power cord, so hopefully it'll just hang in there. Charged it right before I got on here. Okay, I am going to do the top with purple as well to kind of balance that out so it's not real heavy at the top and then too light at the bottom. This purple has a lot more weight to it than the pink does. If I'm the only artist that flips things around like that when they're drawing. Sometimes I have to see it a different direction. Make this kind of a ribbed looking turtleneck. Okay. So now we're to the eyes. This is the part where I'm afraid if I do them pink, it's going to be too soft. But the purple doesn't seem too harsh. So I think I'm going to outline the outer areas of the eye with the purple and then the inside with the blue so that there's a little bit different there. I'm going to do the little fold with the pink. So Yeah, I think that makes the eyes pop a little bit more to have it a darker color like that purple. Oops, see there? I get right out of the lines. You wait till you get to almost to the end, and that's when you're going to mess it up. But I'm not going to be mad at myself because I'm going to go back over this with a color pencils, and I can take care of that. Go ahead. I'm also going to go back in with a white to add highlights in the eyes. So they're going to look a little creepy right now with no highlights. So there's that. It's kind of nice to see it on the camera on my screen as well because it looks a little bit different. Okay, oops, no, we'll keep that one. This crystal, this is an actual, I have a necklace that looks like this, and it's not that fat. So I'm going to make it longer to make up for the fact that that looks real chunky. Let's see. I absolutely didn't use the green, so I'm going to use the green on this part because the bottle that I have, this is another necklace I have, the bottle has an amber colored liquid in it. I'm going to make it green, that liquid inside that bottle. So that would make the bottle itself have a little bit of a greenish cast. So while I'm doing this part, do you think that I should go ahead and start adding the line weight, or do you think I should do that as a separate live stream? Just finish this up right here and move on. What is that? Oh, it's an ankh. I should have worn that necklace, huh? Both of them. I'll just go ahead. There's supposed to be a chain going around this. Yeah, what I'm thinking, since it has been about an hour, I'm thinking that I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here and go ahead and do another live stream for the line weight because I do take a lot of time with that as well. If I do that now, this is going to end up being a full-length feature film. Y'all don't need that. But and then I'll do another one with the coloring, because I'm going to use Prismacolor color pencils. Like I said, the Crayola erasables, they were too faint, and I really want this to pop. I want it to be real vibrant and bold colors. And even though the box says bright bold colors, they lie. You got to mash down so hard. It's like you're carving into the paper. So it's not, and Prismacolors, they just give such a real rich color to it. So let's see here. Covered everything. Pretty much. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to post them in the chat, and then I'm going to probably close this out for my first live stream ever. So freaking excited. Maybe didn't sound like it, but I absolutely was. I was trying not to be too. But if you all want to, you can, if you're not already, follow me on Patreon. I keep all my art there. My art there is free to watch. Patrons do get early access to it. And then that way you'll know when my next live stream is coming and what it's going to be. The next one I have planned is going to be a lot of fun, but I'm not going to announce it here. I'm going to announce it on my Patreon. So you're going to have to follow me there. And but if you do become a patron, then you are going to be helping me get to my next Patreon goal. My patrons, thanks to them, I have all these art supplies. I have the camera equipment. I have the software on my in all the apps I need on my computer. And they're the ones that help me get to this live stream goal. So my next goal for Patreon is to make YouTube videos, not just live streams, but actual edited, take time to make them a little bit more artfully. And I've got a lot of ideas for those about doing creative, about living creatively and living artfully. And so I'm really, really excited about that one coming up. But just follow me. You don't have to do that, but you can follow me on Patreon, and then you'll know what's coming up next. So thank you so much for joining me in my first ever live stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.